Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 1028. Blurb Flummoxed. Are you flummoxed by having to write your blurb? You've written the book, 100,000 words, and all of a sudden you need like another 100 words and you can't come up with them. How in the hell am I supposed to do that? I'm too close to the story. I know it all. How do I not give it away? Well, tell you what, I usually don't promote tools and stuff, but this time let's talk about PublishDrive. PublishDrive's new metadata generator, and you have like tokens that you can buy and then throw at this thing, and it will generate your blurb. It'll generate a bunch of blurbs that you can then look at. What do you have to do? Well, you go in. The first one's free, so you can see just how this thing works, and you upload your manuscript. And I talked to the CEO. I talked to the head of marketing, and they both guaranteed me that all this, when you upload your manuscript, all it is used for is your output. It is immediately dissed after that. So they don't retain your manuscript. All they do is use it for coming up with blurbs, coming up with keywords, coming up with a cover even, which I'm not a fan of AI covers, but you can get an idea of it. And the cover that you can have generated, for me, I have a horrible time trying to describe to an artist, here's what I want from a cover. So I give them a general, here's what I want from a cover, and get the cover made before I write the book. So I can then write that exact scene into the story. That's how I do it. If I try to describe it and go back and forth, I have a horrible time and it just takes forever. And a poor artist gets frustrated and I get frustrated. But if I could generate something and show them, because I've done that before with my massive copy paste spills into PowerPoint, and it comes closer, but this thing can generate something. And then you give it to a live artist who will then bring it to life. And then you pay them good money because they deserve it. And you use that for your cover. But at least you've been able to show them, here's what I'm thinking. So you upload a book. They don't keep a copy of it. They use it only to generate the metadata. Keywords, the keywords are kind of iffy. Because when I generated keywords, give me more, and there was a lot of them, and they were just single keywords. And keep in mind, when you upload on Amazon, you get 50 characters. So you can do phrases and stuff like that. So I wasn't a huge fan of the keywords, except if you go down and you look through them, you can find some that'll probably work. It also recommends titles and subtitles for the book, which also, I don't need that. I've got titles. Subtitles, hey, there's some pretty catchy stuff that it came up with based on what it read in the book. And then it comes up with the blurb. And the blurbs, I had 5, 7, 9 generated, and a couple of them were synopses, which you don't want. You don't want, hey, here's what the story is all about. Then the person doesn't have to read the story. What you want is enticing and questions. And there were a few of those that didn't look too bad. And with a little massaging, copy pasting, hey, you come up with something that you can use. So all of that to say, if you are flummoxed by having to write your blurb, I would recommend go to PublishDrive and use their metadata generator. And that first one's free. And then after that, you pay, and it's really not that much. The pay as you go for those. And I've got a link in here for you to go to. It is an affiliate link. So the free one, yeah, I get a cut of your free, which means 0. And that's okay. If it doesn't work for you, fine. But give it a shot and see if that works. But it reads your manuscript that you give it. It doesn't retain a copy. And then you use what you want from it. You can generate more blurbs until you have enough that you can copy paste little bits and pieces. And then you can tell it, hey, give me some ideas for covers. So there it goes. You give that to your cover artist who makes the magic happen and gives you a cover that you can really use and put on Amazon. And then you don't have to check, no, AI was not used in the generation of this book, illustrations, or the cover, and life is good. All of that to say you can get help in this. And this is where the so-called AI can give you a hand without writing your story for you, without having anything to do with your story. So you write the story, human made, go humans. And then you get help with the blurb, get help with the keywords, get help with those things that are ancillary to telling the story, but still critical to selling the story. So we want to sell our stories because our words have value. Peace, fellow humans.